Hi there, my Gemini sun, moon, rising. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the end of February. Can you believe it? We're already there. Time flies. Time flies, my friends. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, I already see a card that reminded me of you, and I'm really hoping it's not you. I'm not going to say it out loud. Spirit. How are you guys doing? Let's see. First of all, I did do a Gemini moon reading right before this, so maybe it'll resonate for those of you who are Gemini moons. But right now, Spirit, we are calling forth the collective energies for Gemini sun, moon, rising, end of February into early March, as it pertains to their love lives. How are you guys feeling? Glow up and say less. Yeah, I feel like that's like you telling me to talk less. No offense. Say less. Maybe you guys, yeah, well, now I know for sure you're glowing up. But also you are holding something back. You have some secrets. So of course you're saying less. What else, Spirit? How's my Gemini collective feeling when it comes to their love lives? Well, you're waiting for, or you have, or expecting good, or are expecting good news. Well, there's a little bit of something that's coming up here. A little bit of a defensiveness, desperate. You know what, guys? I feel a little bit of a throat chakra blockage here. Are you dealing with, or are you a masculine energy, perhaps? Doesn't have to be that you identify as masculine, but masculine energy is year of the fire horse, fire energy, right? The action part of you. Especially now, this is just some advice. If you try to stifle it, it's really gonna feel like pent up energy. Do not stifle it, okay? I think that's for somebody out there. Tell me more about these cards, Spirit. Okay. It's your time. Laughter, oh my God. Okay, so some of this, and celebration at the back of the deck. We did have that with the Gemini moon reading as well, so maybe this will resonate with those who have Gemini moons as well. Laughter. I think it's a beautiful thing. You guys are really working on this glow up right now. I want to show you these cards, right? Good news, glow up, laughter. It's your time. On the other hand, we do have some room for improvements. Some sort of defense mechanism maybe was at play or is at play, making you feel a little bit desperate. So I like that you're holding back, but what I said before, it still holds true. Do not hold back to the point where you're not being yourselves, okay? Boundaries are good. You might be dealing with some sort of perceived hater here at the back of the deck with the celebration card. Now, maybe things are going really well for you. I think they are, right? And maybe you perceive some sort of animosity because of that. So it's very interesting because you shouldn't perceive that in your love lives, in your personal lives, especially. Those who are on your side are on your side. And I hope that is the case. All right, so Geminis, how do you feel about the person, the romantic connection on your mind? How do you feel? Well, you've gone within. There's some sort of judgment card here. Wow, we have the Tower at the back of the deck. So maybe, maybe there was some sort of ending. Or like a real heavy like shakeup, I would say. I don't feel ending, but I do feel like something was shaken in that relationship and now you have gone within. To be honest with you, judgment is the best thing you can do when there is a Tower moment. Look within to see, first of all, what remains Can something stronger, sturdier be built upon the bricks that are still there or not? Be sure to build more strong, more sturdy, more honestly, authentically, you know? I don't want to talk about architecture, right? I want to talk about relationships. So, hi Geminis, let's see. What does the person on your mind feel towards you? Wheel of Fortune, they're looking for, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, there definitely was a big shakeup, but I don't feel like it's over. I'm trying really hard to read the energies. It's not like it was such a calamity that things ended. This is the back of the deck, the Hanged Man, which means they are trying to look at things from a new perspective. They're trying to see it through your eyes. They're looking at that rubble and they're wondering, should we try again? Will there be another shot? Okay, that's interesting. Spirit, show us, tell us what that tower moment was about. Why did the tower moment happen between Gemini and their person? The Emperor, the Seven of Cups, there were options, and the Eight of Swords, so someone was in their head. The Star at the back. Okay, so either one or the both of you, yeah, I feel that, Spirit. One or the both of you might have had a lot of options in terms of whether it was people or just ways your life could go, right, in front of you. And so you or they, or both of you really, thought long and hard, a little too long and hard with this Eight of Swords. So you went back and forth way too much. And it only made you feel more confused about what to do. You really were trying, and they were too, to figure out what they wanted the most, the Star. What was the wish come true, right? But sometimes when we have too many options and too little discernment, we humans, right, go towards the wrong options, right? And it becomes like trial and error almost. So at some point, the Emperor came out here. Now, this Emperor is like, I want to do what I want to do kind of energy that I'm getting. Like, I have options. I don't know who said this, but one of you was very much like, I have my options. I am hot shit and I can get whatever person or thing or life that I want. So I'm going to try and see what it is. I think someone laid down the law. Either that or you're dealing with an Aries. And as an Aries, I can say sometimes, yeah, we can become so very sovereign that it's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you know what? You want to do what you want to do? Go for it. It's that simple. So what happened wasn't necessarily some sort of huge argument. It seems more like in the search for your wishes come true, right? Each of you went towards different options and free will was exercised. And for some reason, it feels that that free will was more important than the heart space, than the love. So how do things currently stand between Gemini and the person on their mind? Wow. Okay, hold on. It was too many cards. How do things currently stand between Gemini and the person on their mind, Spirit? If that is indeed what we're talking about, what happened. Seven of Pentacles, there was a lot of investment. The Five of Wands and Two of Swords. So things are stagnant. Okay. To be honest, I don't know. Right? That's what you guys are saying. Both of you. Things have come to a detente, but I would say a pretty loaded one. You know, it's almost like I see this detente between you guys as two armies, no joke. in the olden days, right? How they would face each other before the war began, right? And somebody had to make that first move. That's how these cards are coming off. That's how it feels, okay? 7 of Pentacles. We have planted a lot of seeds together. There's been a lot of investment in some sort of relationship of some sort, right? I don't know what. I think you guys were actively trying to build something, right? But 5 of Wands, there's a lot of built up tension. Now, just scratching the surface, right? Like just scratch. You guys can probably say hi to each other, but go any further, like, how are you? And I feel like those two armies would go at it, you know? And that's where you're at, unfortunately. That conflict energy, whether some external forces came between you or not, that kind of friction is right there, the top of the surface. I saw the Judgment card earlier, so it's a start. It's a start. I don't know how your person truly feels about you yet. So let's see. Tell us, Spirit. How does Gemini's person feel about them at this time? And what are their intentions towards Gemini? 10 of Wands. Yeah, so, okay. Well, the good news is they have this Ace of Wands underneath all of that conflict energy, meaning they still want to communicate. They still want that spark, right, with you. You have the spark. Whatever you guys had, it had a lot of chemistry. They do want that, but the reason I'm saying but, how do they feel? This friggin' 10 of Wands. They're into this lightning storm here. Look at this guy. Look at this Popeye. Well, it's both of them, right? They're in a lightning storm, and they can't carry the load anymore. They're like, I'm so burdened, and I feel like the universe is shooting lightning bolts at me. Please help, Magician. This actually is your card, right? So they definitely want to manifest an end to that burden, that sense of like they're carrying everything, the weight of the past, the weight of the conflict, and they want to start something new with you. But there's a lot in the way, it seems. Spirit, what is holding Gemini's person back from communicating with them? 5 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. And the King of Cups. So they love you. They really love you. They've already gone within. That Judgment card that came out for you, they've already had their own sense of going within and looking through their own desires and maybe wounds and like maybe what your relationship showed them about themselves, and they've decided, King of Cups, they feel a great deal of love for you. You may be dealing with the water sign, but what's holding them back is a whole lot of, they feel betrayed. There's some kind of betrayal here. 5 of Swords. I mean, nobody liked you guys. Did you ever watch Popeye? If not, maybe you don't know this, but I think that's Brutus, right? And he was the bad guy, right? And he's kind of like, he's taking all those swords because he's gonna backstab somebody. And especially given this earlier energy that I picked up on, they are stuck in that conflict space. You've had the 5 of Wands come out. This is now the 5 of Swords. Eventually, that kind of subsides, right? They want independence. Nine of Pentacles. What's holding them back is now they're like, oh, you know how the freedom energy came out earlier? So I don't know if that was in your moon reading or this one, but feeling free, able to make their own decisions, kind of feeling good about themselves. That's kind of what's holding them back. They're like, wait. I feel good. And they're working on a lot of things right now on their own. Seven of Pentacles. So perhaps you guys have really been apart long enough that you've both been able to lead separate lives. But that conflict energy and the lack of resolution seems to remain. It's like a salty taste in the air kind of thing. I'm not just saying that because I have the Popeye deck, but yes, part of it, yeah. It's kind of like there's something in the air that has to be resolved. That's the sense I'm getting from this reading so far. So Spirit, what do you recommend for a Gemini? Okay, that was so fast. Oh, how beautiful is this card? Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Again with the Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords at the back. Let it go. Wow, I love, you know what? Let go of, I mean, look at poor Popeye. So you walked away. I see that you've already walked away from the relationship as it was. There was a tower moment, you walked away, but you're still holding on to that feeling, right? Look at him. He's thinking about what it felt like when all those swords were in his back. This card is very descriptive. You are crying over it, you know? It's a dark cloud over your head. So you have to let go of that feeling. But until you do, you're gonna feel confused. This Seven of Cups this time is not about options. This is about you clinging, Four of Pentacles, right? Clinging to that inner chaos. I think a lot of you are on the surface, perhaps thriving, but just again, like scratch the surface a little bit. If I ask you, how are you? And if you actually know me, right? Then you might like word vomit all over me to tell me that you're in a great deal of pain and you're still thinking about what happened between you and the person on your mind. The other thing I'm seeing is Spirit is saying, Queen of Cups as advice. That's beautiful advice, right? Hold on to that beautiful love inside of you at this time and only give it out to those who are deserving. It's really important that you don't like date around too much, I think. Be more discerning is the message. Be more discerning with who you give your heart to. Now, I've used that deck quite a bit, so I'm switching decks here. All right, so Spirit, let's get a little bit further in on Gemini's advice. Okay, so is there new love? Is there new love coming towards Gemini in the next 2 weeks? All right, new love. Boy, I'm asking such a loaded question during Mercury retrograde. Eight of Pentacles. This is you working on yourself. Maybe a soulmate, but let's see. This is you working on yourself right now. A little bit of projects. Seven of Swords came reversed. And Eight of Cups came reversed. Oh, boy. Oh, man, you guys. Okay, so I'm like, why? Why, Gemini? All right, so what I see is you, sure, you're going to be working. You're working on work, okay? Eight of Pentacles. Work, hobbies, doing something that lights you up inside. Yeah, you're going to be doing that, but also something's coming back someone. I said something. These came out reversed. So 8 of Cups is the sense of something that either you or someone else walked away from you, coming on back. And it is Mercury retrograde. So lo and behold, here I am telling you someone's coming back, and it's someone that you had some sort of dirty business with, meaning 7 of Swords. It came out reversed. There's that throat chakra. Came out reversed, and I think it's because the secret's out, right? Whatever lies, deception, betrayal happened, it's been outed, right? It's whether you've talked about it or not, they know, and you know they know, right? There's conflict, there's competition. 5 of Wands. This is this person, because I see the 2 of Swords. This is and I see the Emperor here. So again, I don't know, could have been an Aries related person. There's someone with whom, if it's not an Aries, it's just someone who has Emperor-like tendencies. It's someone who you've been in a stalemate with them. It's that someone. And yes, they are coming back. This conflict, I felt it earlier, needs to be resolved. 5 of Wands. That needs to be resolved. So, Spirit, since you're telling me no new love, but that person coming back towards Gemini probably. Actually, I don't know if they're coming towards you or if you're just going to happen upon them, right? So, when and if you guys do encounter each other again, what is the advice for Gemini? What is the advice? Okay, 4 of Pentacles. What is the advice for Gemini? Clarified by Page of Cups. There's that apology. Knight of Cups. Ooh, you guys are going to have to talk about this. The Devil. Had to happen. All right, back of the deck energy. And I know what the Devil is here because the 3 of Swords came out. It's trying to avoid the heartbreak of the past. Maybe there was another person in the situation. We did have that like kind of inkling of that before with the whole options and going through options. This could be a third party that kind of interrupted your connection. It is the underlying tension. That, yeah, lack of resolution, accountability, forgiveness. That's the Devil energy here. Best to confront the Devil when it appears. The Devil is within you, right? You have been holding on too tightly to whether it's a lack of accountability or feeling of betrayal, or almost like, I want to say, maybe you feel like you betrayed yourself. It's interesting. I haven't said that to anyone before. Maybe you have something you'd like to get off your chest, because the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups is out here. These two together tell me that you have, and this person has, romantic feelings towards you, and them for you, and you for them. And there has to be some sort of loving, sweet, soft conversation, maybe a date, something romantic. I don't usually say it like this. Something, but they both came out, you know? The Knight and the Page of Cups coming out together is telling me that the only way through the Devil is through love. And not, guys, this is important, not attachment, right? Not unhealthy love, but love. The kind of love that is pure and soft. Think Queen of Cups, okay? We had that for advice for you before. So, all right. So in the next 2 weeks, it appears as though there will be some heartfelt, or there should be some heartfelt conversation, or there could be rather, I should say, between the two of you about what happened in the past. And without, like, I would say, nitpicking at the details, more like, if you need to apologize, apologize. If they need to apologize, they will apologize probably. We're going to find out, actually. Spirit, what will the next action that Gemini's person takes towards Gemini be? And will it be in the next 2 weeks? No, it will not be within the next 2 weeks. We got Hermit and Empress. I mean, Empress, so you're dealing, that's so interesting. 3 of Cups. There could be a reunion, but what I want to say is, it's going to be you. You're going to be the one who apologizes, because they're like, I'm very busy going within and figuring myself out and being calm. Okay, Hermit with the Empress. This is someone, I keep getting this feeling of they're holding back their love right now and working on self-love, okay? So this is someone who's being creative, working on themselves. Maybe they are trying their best to learn what I feel divine wants me to say here is they are focused heavily on bringing about their most loving, nurturing, healthy energy possible when it comes to relationships, by becoming a mirror is what I'm hearing. So they're trying to embody the exact love that they want from someone else within themselves. Does that make sense? So they are trying to attract in this case, it would be an emperor, right? They're becoming the Empress, and who they are trying to attract in is the Emperor. So they are not coming forwards. However, if you were to come forwards first, an Empress energy with inner enlightenment on top of that, with the Hermit, that is a person who will be able to receive it, okay? So I wouldn't be afraid of that 5 of Wands necessarily, that like past conflict, competition, maybe third party. Spirit, what is the most likely outcome if Gemini comes forward towards their person in the next 2 weeks? Okay. Hi there, devil. God. It's like, can't get away from you. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. I don't know. Devil, you guys have the most likely outcome is talking about this. What is hiding? What were those secrets? The moon is out here telling me you guys absolutely can't get past the past unless you fully divulge the secrets. Some of it has to do with equal give and take, reciprocity, a sense of like giving and receiving, right? Equal energies. I'm not talking about money, right? Maybe it is money for some of you, but I'm getting the feeling that that person felt like they were giving more energy than they were receiving. And so when you embody the Queen of Cups, and I'm not calling you guys feminines, right? But I am saying a healthy form of love, right? But with emotional mastery, then that person will feel more able to have an open, honest conversation, dialogue, right? About what happened. And yeah, as I split the deck, I see the 10 of Pentacles. So could have like a happy, healthy home with them. So Spirit, what is the most likely outcome for Gemini and this person if they address the devil in the room? Instead of the elephant in the room, we're going to call it the devil in the room. Oh, Temperance. Oh, Ace of... Oh my God. That is so good. Oh, that's so good, guys. That's so interesting. Now, I'm not saying like 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, like castle in the sky, but I am saying this is really good energy. You guys will get over this past heartbreak, because after the 10 of Swords comes the Ace of Swords. You will finally move beyond this feeling of 10 of Swords, which I think is a beautiful thing, guys. The Ace of Swords is all about clarity, honesty, authenticity. What I was saying before, an open dialogue, that's what's coming. If you talk about the devil in the room, there will be clarity. The truth will out. And what I love here is there's temperance as coming out as the balancing energy. There's going to be a good, what I was saying, the Six of Pentacles, like that reciprocity, you will have it. You will have it. You will have balance in your lives, your joint lives, whatever the form that takes. And the back of the deck is telling me this is a spiritual connection. High Priestess. This is, I don't know. I think this connection was meant to teach both of you what it is. Oh my gosh, the Emperor again. What it is. Sorry, I got distracted by that. Oh my God. I can't get my words out. That's so weird. This relationship was meant to teach you the art of true reciprocity. That's what I want to say. Balance. All right, so Spirit, final outcome for this reading. Look at you. Yeah, you guys, if you choose, unfortunately, this is one of the outcomes that I see. If you choose to keep focusing on the confusion, the chaos, the options that you have, right? You're going to replay the situation. 9 of Swords in your heads. Your fear is going to be too strong. Now, what Spirit's saying here with the High Priest, Hierophant card is, you guys, before you talk to this person, please eradicate any confusion that you have regarding long-term relationships, regarding institutions like marriage, like living together, like union, like real unions that last. You must remove your inner conflict first. That fear that you may have when it comes to commitment. I'm saying it because someone out there is resonating. That needs to be addressed. That needs to be addressed. So if Gemini is able to address their true feelings about commitment and know what they want, what will their future entail? I'm not asking with whom, okay? Man, you guys really, you're going to have an interesting time getting over this fear. It's coming out. Fear is coming out. Oh, there it is. Finally. You're going to have to do some work. It's not coming fast. You're going to have to study the art of relationships, it seems. That's what I'm feeling. The art of balancing self-improvement and like being really independent and focused on your job and career, 8 of Pentacles, with relationships. And then Ace of Pentacles. There will be a new opportunity. New opportunity for what, you ask? A 4 of Wands. This is a lasting relationship or a wedding, right? Okay. All right. Thank you, Gemini, for your attention. And I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments. All right. Take care.